Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Ruthie wanted me to keep you all in the loop, and we don't want anything negative between Ruthie and I, now do we? So, because of Ruthie, I'm keeping y'all in the loop. So, I did one cylinder already, and there's on the air compressor, by the way. So on the air compressor, I've done one. That one's done, and it still has cross hatches in the cylinder there. I don't know if I can get you in there to look. There's one up and down. You see that one up and down there? Didn't notice that. There's a lot of cross hatching, they call, from the last time it was honed. The cylinders have a 20 on them, so I imagine it's 0020. So it must have been remanufactured, and they went 20 over. The only thing I can figure. You see where it says that? And so anyway, I got that one together, and I'm on the second one. Get that back together. Now the front of this didn't leak anymore. It used to leak in the past. So I'll clean it up, get it nice and clean before I reinstall it. These are the old rings, and and here's the head. I also have a head rebuild kit. You can see this doesn't have any explosions, so there shouldn't be any oil in it or carbon buildup. Oh, this is an air compressor, so you can see the oil. It's not extremely bad, but that's cool. I don't think I'd want to rebuild it if it was extremely bad. But it is oily, so I do have a rebuild kit for the head. It's over there. They gave me 2 boxes of rings. I'm not sure why. Well, I am sure, but they give you plenty in case you break any. So I've done that one cylinder. We have 3 of these left over. 2 oil rings and 3 more. Got 2 oil rings left over and 3 oil rings to go on the outside, and 3 compression rings. And it does take 3 compression rings. So it has 1 compression ring on the bottom and 2 on the top. 1 oil ring on the top and 1 on the bottom. So it gives you plenty. Bendix gives you plenty in case you screw up, I would imagine. Get too big of a hurry and snap one. So there's really no wear that I can see with the eye. All I did see is that it was pushing oil. So this may or may not fix it, but I'm hoping that it does. New rings, should fix it. And I did fix this, I replaced it, but I'm starting to see some oil coming out of there. So that was $36, ladies and gentlemen. I guess I pushed it down too far, or I damaged it when I put it in. So it looks like I'm going to end up spending $36 more, because it's going to have to redo that again. And that's leaking just sitting there on its own. Too bad. Too bad. Sometimes you just have to do things twice. What a bummer. Anyway, I was going to say that the power steering was leaking, and I was thinking that it was this one here, so that's why I took the gear off. So the power steering slides into this shaft from the other side. This actually slides into the gear, timing gear. I thought that it was leaking around that, so that's why I took it apart there. But as I was sitting here, you can see oil is actually coming out around this gasket. So it looks like to me that that gasket must have tore, ripped, or something. It's not holding. I don't think oil moves up, so there's no reason why there should be oil around that gasket, right? So that must be the gasket that's leaking. So I'll separate it, get this part cleaned back up, and get it sealed. And then we'll take the other gasket and replace it with a new one. And hopefully, so as you can see, there's a drip of oil here. I just noticed that myself. See that? Just noticed it myself. Now here's the interesting thing about this thing. Always has leaked. Always. This sensor is timing sensor. But I noticed, I had wiped it off, ladies and gentlemen, that it was wet here. Here, you can see how it's wet around here. And then it was leaking down here. And then I could see wet going this way over the top of that. So I don't believe the sensor is actually leaking anymore. I think these two bolts must be leaking. So I'll take those out, clean them really well, and put some sealer on them, torque them down, and hopefully I don't want any leaks, ladies and gentlemen. Just don't want them. I don't want them. Want them gone. So that's where I'm at. Get this air compressor done, and then I'll work on that, and it looks like I'll have to get another seal and try that again. I don't know why. See, I looked it up, and it said that way that seal that I took out of there looked like it had heat damage. And so when I got it all done, I started up, and it got hot right away. Now I'm not running power steering fluid. I'm running motor oil in it, and I guess I can drain the system again, clean it, and clean out the filter, maybe put a new filter in it, and run power steering and see if it gets hot. But I will have to do that gasket again. At least I know what I'm doing this time. That was the first time I did one. And you're supposed to have a little tool about this big and tap it in, and it looked like it wasn't in far enough, and I gave it one last tap, and I think I damaged it when I did that. So, well, $36 plus I gotta go to Calvert City to go pick it up. So what a bummer. So I hate doing things over and over, you know. It's just a bummer, but I'm not gonna cry about it. You know that some things you just have to do over. Sometimes you don't learn the first time. Like I said, that was my first time. Just like this is my first time on this dude. We'll get it together, and hopefully I don't have to do it again. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I've got you in the loop, and I'll let you know my next step. Thanks for watching Big Belly Rebuilds. We appreciate it. Love your comments. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless. And I got a mess in here. Later.